질의응답에 앞서 포토타임을 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 더불어 지금부터는 통역을 사용해 전체 영문으로 사회를 보도록 하겠습니다. Alright, so now for the official photo session, please welcome back to the stage Director George Miller. Welcome. Yes. Alright, so we will begin with the camera slightly to your left side to get everyone to your left, yes. And straight ahead, the center of the room. Thank you. And slightly to your right. Make sure to get all the cameras. Could we get a wave, maybe a hand wave, any kind of gesture? That's great. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to have the chairs brought in. Please go ahead and take your seat. All right, so George, you must be greeted this way all the time, but I have to say this to you. What a day, what a lovely day it is to have you here in Korea with us. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's really lovely to be here, by the way. And, you know, that's, I think, one of the biggest screens in the world. And it's amazing. I've been working with the film with relatively small screens. I mean, about an eighth the size of that. And then suddenly to see it like that and listen to it like that, it's just such a wonderful experience.
That's great to hear. Before we open up the floor for questions, I would like to first ask you, how does it feel to be here, and also, of course, to say hello to the Korean press? And how does your first visit to Korea feel?
Well, I've known a lot about Korea, mainly through the cinema that we've seen, and indeed television or streaming that we've seen. And I'm really struck by how, first of all, how cinema literate the Korean audiences are. And I'm still trying to understand why. I understand that in Korea you have more film festivals than any other place in the world. My understanding is that each city has that. So, and film festivals are really significant in that they start the discourse in cinema. You go to a festival, it's like some sort of film camp where you're discussing it. You have to discuss it with other people. That may have something to do with it. So, but what's really interesting to me, how that's given rise to so many interesting and very accomplished filmmakers. So that's really exciting. That was really exciting for me to be here. I've been incredibly impressed with the food. We've had too much food, and because we'd be going, we went to a traditional Korean restaurant last night. I've never seen such food. It was fantastic. And anyway, they're the two big impressions. We got off the plane, went to the hotel, and then started this process. But it's been a great experience so far.
That's lovely to hear, thank you. And to start things off, I just wanted to ask you, so since CinemaCon, Korea is the first country you're visiting with Furiosa Mad Max Saga. Is there a special reason you chose Korea as the first destination?
Well, for the very reason I spoke, Warner Brothers, who are distributing this film and distributed most of our films in the last 45 years, they said Korea is so important. That's why we're doing this at this point so early. In fact, 2 days' time, I go back to Sydney and we finish the final mix of the film and put the film and the sound and the picture together for a final time. So it's right at that moment where we're about to sort of push the film out into the world and see what people think of it. And so we went to CinemaCon and people at Warner Brothers who a very significant. The story starts when you write the screenplay, and then you invite other people to come along and make the film. And with your crew and cast and so on, you work on that, and then finally the film's made, and then the story is continued through the distribution, through the trailers, through the marketing and so on. It's not just the story finishes there and finally falls into the hands of the audience to respond to it. So it's a continuous process, and any part of those processes, every step of the way has to be as significant as the first. And what's interesting is that, to me, I've learned over time that the film ultimately is experienced in the hearts and minds of the audience. And it's not until it finally gets to the audience does the film actually exist. And it's in a way, for a filmmaker, it's a very unknown experience. You do the best you can, you bring all your craft and whatever wisdom you have about the process to the work, but it's ultimately the audiences will tell you if it's been a good story. One of my favourite quotes, I won't go on too long, but one of my favourite quotes is from the Swahili storytellers, who say, at the end of the story they say, the story has been told. If it was bad, it is my fault because I am the storyteller. If it was good, it belongs to everybody. And it really is true when you make films for audiences.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take a question from the panelists. If you would please ask your question in Korean. And also, please be sure to tell us your name and your media outlet, please. Thank you.
네, 영화 너무 기대가 되고요. 또 전편에 이어서 이 사막을 배경으로 한 카체이싱을 시리즈 지금 5편에 이르기까지 만들고 계신데, 액션 시퀀스를 상상하실 때 사막이라는 공간이 주는 영감, 특별한 영감이 무엇인지 궁금하고요. 또 하나는 이제 이 40년 전부터 만들어온 시리즈지만 최근에 이제 기후위기로 인해서 재난도 많이 발생하고 연통문제 같은 것들이 실제로 대두되면서 영화 속 현실이 판타지만으로 느껴지지 않고 좀 더 가깝게 느껴지기 시작했거든요. 그래서 감독님이 영화 만드실 때는 혹시 이런 시대적인 변화, 환경적인 변화가 감독님한테 영향을 주는 부분도 있는지 궁금합니다.
Thank you. So I am from Shonan Ilbo, and I am extremely looking forward to the film. Continuing on from Fury Road, this is your 5th installment where we are able to see these amazing car races and chases in the desert backdrop. And when you are imagining what kind of action you're going to create, what about the desert or the wasteland inspires you? And the second question is, it's been over 40 years that you've been creating this universe, and nowadays, in particular, we see more extreme climate change and territorial conflict around different corners of the world, where the film doesn't seem too fantastical. It's unfortunately closer to reality. And so, do those changes in the world affect you as a creator as well?
Oh yes, I do. Who asked the question? I can't see. Oh,
right here,
yes. In telling these films, you're trying to make sure that the film has a lot of density, that it's experienced on many levels, and part of that is the kinetics of what I call pure cinema, that is action cinema, because the language of cinema was basically, as people have observed, defined in the silent era. Before that, it's a new language, it's only about 125 years old. And it's a universal language now, and even children learn it from a very young age before they can read in their own language. But it didn't exist before. And I personally believe, along with a lot of others, that the action film is one of the things that that basically helped define cinema. It was usually westerns, it was in the comedies of Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd and Charlie Chaplin and and for a while cinema lost that when sound came along, because the equipment wasn't as agile, and now we have all the tools that we have, including unheard of screens like this, in which to see cinema. So for me, that was the big attraction, and I tried to understand that language, and what's kept me going is I've been interested in basically three things. Not only how to tell stories, but why we tell stories. We are hardwired for stories somehow, and we process the world through stories. And the third thing is to be able to work with the new tools and the new technology, which is always changing in cinema. So they're the three things. So these kind of films, for me, use all of those things very well. So that really stimulates my curiosity endlessly. In terms of the stories, they're told through the events and the characters, and the way the characters are always in some sort of rising conflict between each other. And I guess you could say that most stories are ultimately allegorical. These films are interesting to me because they are allegorical in the same way that, let's say, the American Western movie has been that. It's a more reduced elemental world in which the conflicts are played, or interactions of human beings are played in more extreme situations. Therefore, more of the essence of humans are revealed. And I think so that's why I'm still doing it. In terms of whether or not people have said to me, "Oh, these Fury Road it's not a fantasy; it's a documentary. That the world, in fact, is turning that way." Well, there's no question that, like it or not, we are in potentially catastrophic climate change. You must see it here in your country. We certainly see it in Australia. I've lived long enough to see it in land and countries and in the Barrier Reef, which we had to see it, how it once was, and now what it's become. So you can't help for these things to become part of the story.
영화 후티지 잘 봤습니다. 기대가 많이 됐는데요. 우선 이번에 영화가 칸 영화제 초청받았는데 소감이 어떠신지 궁금하고요. 그리고 이번에 이제 매드맥스 첫 편부터 시작해서 45년간 시리즈 지속해 오셨는데 이 장르에 집중하면서 연출할 때 가장 고민스러웠던 부분은 무엇인지 궁금합니다.
I have a question from Premium, and I really enjoyed the footage thoroughly. I'm extremely excited to see the film. So Furiosa has been again invited to Cannes to open for its global premiere. How does it feel to be invited back? And also, you have been building this universe since the very first installment for the past 45 years. And so, in creating something like this, and especially when we look at the particular genre that it is, what are some of your biggest challenges, or something that's at top of mind as you continue these installments?
Who asked the questions?
Right here, also at the center.
Thank you. Sorry. Should know that. So, sorry, what's the first part of the question? Yes, go back if you can. Look, as I said before, I talked about the significance of film festivals. I've been on the jury of Cannes a number of times. For the specific reason is that you can see films about which you know nothing. that you might know about the filmmaker or the subject matter, but I've always found it's better to go in and see a film without regard to anything, without knowing anything. That's always been exciting. So to have the film shown there in front of an audience and where you have people from all over the world engaging or otherwise with the film is very, very exciting. So it's great to be there again. When we make these sort of films, there are various vectors or forces that go into making a film. Story, and by which I mean the experience that you're trying to craft to invite an audience you're trying to invite audiences into an experience. That process is something that I've been trying to understand, as I said earlier, all my life. And bit by bit you get some understanding. So, but you can do it for 1,000 years and never figure it out because it's always changing anyway. So that's probably top of my mind. In the making of the film and the story, I'm thinking about all the processes that can come into play. We use virtually many of our senses: sight, hearing, and in watching a film, you're dealing with the written word, the performed word, movement, human emotions, narrative, composition with cameras, sound, rhythm. And film is like visual music, so a lot of what applies to music is very important to the process. So they're the sort of things that you're always thinking of. It's a very comprehensive process, and I think that's why no one really has fully mastered cinema. If they did, it would be the end of cinema. And I'd have to say with a film like this, on a practical, pragmatic level, it's how groups of people work together in an optimal way. How the cast can find the best expression of the characters, how the cast and crew can do that. And when you're doing an action movie like this, safety is something that I'm really obsessed with. It's getting better now because you can use digital effects to, for instance, erase cables on not only the stunt people but the actors, and that makes a big thing. That's a big thing, but I think they're the things that are top of mind. It's not just one thing.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, we're going to have the last question from the audience. Saw a hand to the right. Yes.
아까 전에 감독님께서 해주신 말씀 중에 관객이 있어야 영화가 존재한다라는 말씀을 해주셨는데요. 한국에서 매드맥스 시리즈가 사실 그렇게 인지도가 높은 시리즈는 아니었는데도 불구하고 2015년 분노의 도로는 엄청나게 흥행에 성공을 했고, 그리고 팬층도 굉장히 탄탄해요. 그 이유가 뭐라고 생각하시는지 궁금하고요. 그리고 두 번째는 아무래도 2편이다 보니까 오랜만에 나오는 속편이다 보니까 전편에 비해서 뭐가 제일 달라졌는지, 특히 액션 중심으로 차이점이 무엇인지가 가장 궁금할 것 같은데 여기에 대해서 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
So this question, I'm asking you from Yongha. So you did mention how, the story belongs to the audience. Only when the film is shown to the audience does cinema exist. And in Korea, back in 2015, despite the fact that there was not a lot of awareness of the franchise, despite all of it, the movie was a huge success, and you have many, many core fans of Mad Max. What do you think is the reason for that? And also, because this is a prequel to Fury Road, what can we expect as something that's the most different from Fury Road, especially in terms of the action?
Well, there are different qualities to this film. The thing that you can't do, of course, when you're making a series of films is repeat. Repeat the same thing each time. So the biggest difference in this film is that it is the time span, 3 days versus 18 years. So even though there's a lot in common, there have to be things unique to the process. You can see there's much more dialogue in this movie because a person has to engage more when they're negotiating the world rather than being on the run and moving. You can't spend a lot of time talking when you're being chased across the wasteland. So it's different in style. I would like to think that the film is uniquely familiar. It's unique to itself and familiar for those who've seen Mad Max. I do want to say, I give long answers, so I'm sorry I can't answer more questions. But I do want to say about the film festival going to Cannes, the talking to other filmmakers has been really exciting because you can actually, like you when you're asking questions, find out the underpinnings or what's underneath the process. And I've been lucky enough, it was in Cannes where Director Bong and I shared the first assistant director who did the Mad Max films, Peter Burton, and he worked on Okja with Director Bong, and he worked with me on these films, and it was in Cannes that I was sitting at dinner. There was a dinner, and we sat at dinner, and where Director Bong wasn't there, but it was a dinner for him, but Tilda Swinton was. And he'd worked with her twice, and I got to know her through that. I've worked with her. And then he came down to Australia with Parasite for the Sydney Film Festival, and I was lucky enough to meet and interview him. He interviewed me here last night. That sort of interchange, particularly with someone who's as accomplished and knowledgeable as he is really, really one of the great pleasures and learning experiences and privileges of the process. That's my fuller answer to why I'm excited to go to Cannes. I'm sorry I'm not on the track, but I wanted to say that.
That's very helpful. Thank you so much. And briefly, any thoughts on how successful the film Previous Fury Road was in Korea back in 2015? That was part of the question as well.
Oh, sorry. When it got traction, it's always a wonderful thing. I don't think I'd be here now if it didn't succeed. But that's what I mean. It's really great when the film does have those resonances. And particularly, as I said, when people, when the audiences appreciate the film, not just for the surface of the film, but really in the discourse that follows, they see a lot in the allegory, they read a lot in the process, and the hope is that the film follows them out of the cinema long after they've seen it. So it's very gratifying and very, you're honoured as a storyteller when people respond in that way, and that's meant a lot. Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right, so due to time constraints, we will have to wrap up here. I'd like to know, would you like to say last comments to the press before we part ways?
Yes, I can't. It'll be wonderful to see what people think of it. Part of you is nervous. Many filmmakers or people say it's a little bit like you've kind of you've brought a child into the world, and now you push it out into the world and say you're on your own now. See what happens. So you don't know what's going to happen. But I hope people get along from the film. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So we will now have to let you go. Please give Mr. George Miller a huge round of applause for being here with us today. Thank you. 네, 그럼 이것으로 필요사 매드맥스 사가에 대한 기자 간담회를 마치도록 하겠습니다. 참석해주신 모든 분들 감사드립니다. 영화 필요사 매드맥스 사가는 오는 5월 개봉 예정입니다. 그때까지 많은 관심과 성원 부탁드리겠습니다.